What's up, and welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast. Listen, I'm super duper excited. We are on season 2. Can you believe it? It's been a minute. I know you've been waiting. I hope you have been waiting to hear. I'm super duper excited. Great things that are about to happen on the Talk About It podcast. Great things we got coming up. But for now, man, I want to do something with someone that has been near and dear and special to me as we start off and kick off the very first podcast for season 2. So here we go. Get your pens, get your piece of paper. Let's get ready to rock out as we discuss business. Let's talk about it. Business. Here we go. Let's grow.
We're learning life, embracing love, managing marriage, maneuvering in ministry, and managing money. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast.
Hello. Listen, I have somebody special with me, and one of the things, a lot of things we do in this podcast, but one of the things that I have not talked about was the power in partnership. And I want to kind of discuss it. I would say the power of partnership and purpose and making money together and all that in a bag of chips, right? But I have a special guest with me, Miss Candace Harris.
Hello.
I wish I had the little drums. Right. So I want to, as we discuss and we talk, first of all, I want to kind of tell them about you, and then we'll kind of talk about us, right? Okay. But kind of tell them who you are and what you do and where to find you and all that great stuff.
Yes. So first of all, thank you for having me. I'm super excited. I am a brand strategist and web designer, so I help people build brands, to put it simply. I started writing novels, which is what introduced me to the digital marketing world, and found a love for design, which spiraled into a love for digital marketing. And so, yeah, basically that's what I do in a nutshell is I help people define their brands. I help them build them. I help them talk about it on the internet, and websites are a big part of that as well.
Yes. Well, I want to kind of start, we're talking about partnership, and we're celebrating women in business, this month. Mm-hmm. And I think some people don't really understand the power of relationship and networking, right? They don't get that. And one thing about us, we met how many years ago? Jesus.
We at least coming up on 9 years, 8 or 9 years. It was a long time ago.
Yes. She walked in our church. For those of you that don't know, I am a pastor's wife. And she came to our church years ago, 8 years ago. I forgot how many, probably 10, but it's been a lot of years ago. Mm-hmm. That she came. That was 2015 when I wrote my first book.
So then it would have been 9 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So 9 years ago, she walked in our church. I think your sister told you about the church.
So it's actually interesting because my sister brought me to a choir rehearsal one time, and I was just there, with her. She was in the choir, and then me and my husband moved to Livingston probably like a year. I probably went to you all's church before I got married with my sister. And then I got married, we moved to Livingston, and I was looking for a church. And so I do what I do best. I go online, I go on Facebook, I find y'all. I don't even know that y'all are the same church that my sister took me to.
I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And until we get there, I'm like, wait, I've been to this church before. So yeah. And then I know, I remember I thought you were so friendly at the choir rehearsal. Like you didn't even know me. I wasn't even part of it. I was like, oh, she's so nice. So yeah, it's so crazy how that was full circle.
It was like it was divine. Yeah. And I didn't even know that part. We've been knowing each other all this time. I never knew that you had found a church, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. Yeah. So I remember I got up and I told the church, and I made a bold statement. I wasn't even ready for. I made this bold statement. Yeah, and I'm gonna write a book or something like that. And I'm gonna write. And I was journaling before that, and I was like, I'm gonna write a book. And I'm believing God for it. They have the whole video years ago. It's on our New Destiny Instagram page. And so you came to me and you said, what did you come to me and say?
When you said that, I'm in the crowd thinking, oh, she don't need my help. Because, I had written and put out self-published books on online or whatever. She don't need she got it. She's a huge church. All these people, she got the people. She don't need me.
Yeah.
But, and I'm not even the kind of person who's going to like put myself into somebody's business. But I guess I just had the push from God to let you know, hey, if you need me, I've done this before.
Yes. And it was so God sent for me, because I had no idea what I needed. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know where to start. I knew how to journal, but I didn't know how to write a book from beginning to end. And man, you guys, listen, she walked in there, and when she told me that, it was like the heavens opened up.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is your answer. And it was only because I opened my mouth and I said something.
Yes.
I believe it was because of that day, and it manifested. It happened because of that, and we became connected outside of church. I think I was closer to you than a lot of people in our church at that time.
Yeah.
Because we were doing stuff together outside of, you were helping me with the book, but it was also, it turned into creative stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it turned into creative stuff.
I would say your book, There's Power in Your Pain, turned into your business, the Tonya Harden Ministries, which is where, that's really what it was, because that's when the Butterfly Academy, and really you went through a couple of iterations before you settled on this one, because we had the
classes online. Remember, I used to do that on Facebook.
And
groups.
You were also on that other social media platform. It starts with a P.
P. I know.
Right. You were on there. You were boot camping. You were all kinds of like iterations before you settled here.
The game changer.
The game changer. Periscope. That's what it was.
Periscope. That's what it was. Yeah.
So I would say like that book definitely birthed so much. Even it's your best book to this day. I will always stand on that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And it was your doing, your creative skills, you creating the book, the book cover. You're doing the edit. You did the editing for that, did you?
I think so. Until
we stopped doing it because you was like, that's too much. Let's get that to somebody else
who's good at it.
You did it. You did the entire thing together, and I think because of that, I trusted you with my dream.
And I saw it out of you. Also, that was a huge part. Like, I saw so much. Oh my gosh, I saw so much in both you and your husband. But
you would tell me that too. Like, I see this, and yeah.
I remember I literally could see this, and even bigger. And you're still on that journey. But man, like it's. I just can't believe that was the first time you had ever spoke about the book. I didn't even know that.
It was on a Wednesday night. I'll never forget it. I was like, and I got to the car and I was shaking. Like, did I just say that? Because I hate to say something and then I don't do it. Because I love to be a person of my word. And so I was like, I cannot believe and they recorded that part and they posted it. So it was like, I gotta do it. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know where to start. And on Periscope is where I found Carla Cannon and watching her. And that's what kind of gave me, okay, like I can do something else with this. Like I can actually write a book. But it was you walking in that church and telling me that I can do it with you. And I was like, whoa.
Right. Like you take care of writing your story, and girl, like the rest is easy. I've done it so many times.
Yes, it was so great. And I think even with that, I really want to say our partnership started then because I started promoting your books within our church.
You sure did.
And people started buying your books left and right. I remember that.
You want to know what's funny is I wasn't writing Christian fiction at first, and I had to listen. I had to start putting out something clean. You gonna share this with the church?
That's funny. I never knew that. Yeah. I never knew that until later on. I was like, I didn't even know she wrote them. Okay.
Because I remember warning like now, and you were like, listen, I'm not that kind of pastor.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of.
Yeah.
I know, baby. They were buying your books. And I believe that's when our partnership really, really began unknowingly. You know, you think so?
Oh, for sure.
It started there unknowingly to the point to where we would have conversation for hours. And it wasn't about nothing but building, dreaming, and what we could do. And and this is her. And I always say this is you and my best friend. Y'all were the ones that poured and believed in me when I didn't believe in myself.
Wow.
Girl, I'm not finna cry on this thing.
Wow.
Y'all would believe in me, and you were like, this is what you can do. You can create a master class.
Yeah.
You can do this. And I'm like, girl, I can't do all that. And it was you. And that allowed me to see beyond my dreams.
Yeah.
And see that my dreams were bigger than me. Than what I was doing. It was you that did that.
Oh, I love that. And I was just telling the truth. That's all I had to do.
And you still do that with me. I want to say this because here's the thing. We started off with just ideas, right?
Right.
We started off with just making things happen and having conversations about what could be and how it could. And you use your expertise. I want to say, and remember, I think I used to say, man, you my business consultant.
Yeah, you did.
You use your expertise to bring out the best in the thing that I was trying to create, that I was trying to make possible. But it wasn't, I would say we were booked and busy though, doing it, but we wasn't paid and free.
Right.
Come on here. That's Coach Brooks. I'm going to give it. That's her credit, not mine.
Yes.
Coach Tasha Brooks. That is her, my mentor.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I realized that we were it was like I was building. We were creating content. We were doing things. I was going, live on social media and doing these different things. And a lot of it was because of our conversations. And so because of that, somewhere, I don't remember where, it kind of went over to, wait a minute, let's make money together. Some kind of way. I don't know how that transition and changed, but it did.
It was natural.
It was not.
It was so organic that I don't really remember the first. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I know, like I said, you went through several iterations of, I guess, the company you wanted to launch, which became Tonya Harden Ministries. And I feel like it was probably when we launched Tonya Harden Ministries is when the crossover started to happen, because then you could do the Butterfly Academy and you could create these actual programs. And now you're going into an even different phase where you're able to really sort of like relaunch these memberships to new audiences and without you having to rebuild the content. Yeah. Because you've already created the content, you've already taken people through it, it works. Yeah. And now you're in that the other phase where now we can just relaunch it to people. We can make tweaks, make it better, but you don't have to rebuild it. We've already built it.
Yeah. So. And I would say the same for you, because so those of you that's out there that's listening, listen, every logo you see, she did it. Yep, it was her. This logo behind this little screen, she did that. That's behind this screen. Let's talk about it logo, my Butterfly Academy logo, my Tonya Harden Ministries, my Kingdom Women Connect, all these things that I have in place. She was the one that created it. And I believe it went from flyers with us to logos. It's always been evolving.
Yeah, right.
We went from that to websites.
Right.
Every website, y'all, we have about 7, 8 websites. I don't know.
Y'all do.
We got a whole bunch with her. So every website you see, she created it, and you can see the growth in the websites that she did to where it became better and better and better to a point now. She man, that's okay. I don't want to go too fast. But I think it was evolving to where we watched each other grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then also the whole church aspect of like, I started kind of creating things within the church. And then after church, we took it into like more of a business relationship. Yeah. And the more that you all believed in my abilities, the more I was able to improve on my skills. You know, if you all weren't continuing to order logos and flyers and websites, I wouldn't have had the ability to work with real clients and put a process in place and increase my skills and know where I'm lacking within my skill set. Yeah. So it definitely was mutual. And I wouldn't be where I am without y'all. Like literally it's been a mutual, and I think partnership is such a great word because it hasn't been me giving. I've been receiving as well, and I'm so appreciative of it.
Yeah, and I think people don't understand when it comes to that word partnership. Partnership is not we take from each other. We take, but we give and we grow together. And what I mean by that, because some people get partnership mixed up. I'm glad you brought that up. Mm-hmm. But what I found out, the people that I will partner with before was taking from me and wanted me to change my prices, and my prices wasn't good enough, and can you lower this price? And I found out that's not real partnership. Or you want me to do all the work and you make the money with me. The devil is a lie.
Yeah,
that's not what we're doing. But I found out with you is that partnership is how much you owe, how much you charge. That's how much you charge, and that's what we're gonna pay you. We're gonna pay you your value.
Yeah.
Pay us our value, period. We're going to make sure that we take care of one another. If it's paying our value in product or paying our value in service. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that people don't understand, that when it comes down to partnership, I shouldn't drain you. Mm-hmm. You have nothing left. Mm-hmm. And that hasn't been that for us for 9 years. Mm-hmm. I believe that I'm on the spiritual side. I believe the devil tried to come in, but it was such a bond and a connection that he couldn't get through, even if he tried. Yeah. But I knew because of my closeness to you within my church and we ain't going to even discuss that because that don't matter. But my closeness to you, I want people to know that things happen. I feel like this. If we don't fall out, we ain't true friends. Like we need to fall out. Yeah. And let's get back together. And I think that had to happen.
Yeah. Let's see how you act when things ain't perfect, right? Or when I make a decision, you not 100%, it may not 100% be what you want me to do. How are you going to treat me? Like, where do we, and that, I mean, y'all, you don't even understand, like, for me, I needed to see that as well, right? I needed to see that, Candace, you can still do your own thing and they're going to still love you the same. Yeah. It's still good business. It's still, you know what I mean? It's still genuine connection. It's still authentic relationship. Yeah. And it made me want to pour more into y'all's companies and into my services, right? And that's another thing is when you pay people what they're worth or what they ask, they will do a good job for you. If you are nickel and diamond, it's gonna kind of, the service is gonna wane because they have to feel like they're doing it for a purpose, right?
Yeah, they got it.
And not just a financial purpose, but I get a lot out of this relationship or this partnership. Like, it's, to me, the most valuable part is being able to work with a company, test all my little ideas, all my little services. Like, I got y'all doing my little social media stuff right now, like kind of testing. Do I really want to do this for everybody else? You know what I mean? And it's not a lot of people don't have that. Many people don't. Most people don't ever get that. They never get that. So, it's definitely a blessing.
and then you got Bishop. People always say Bishop the hard one. I'm like the cool, laid back one. So all I could think of you saying that, I don't know if I'm going to do this. I could hear Bishop in the back of my head saying, no, you need to hire somebody.
I know. I know he'd be sending me people too, because people have been coming up to me saying, are you doing this? I'm like, I know that's Bishop telling people. Telling people that I'm doing this service. I said, listen, this is for you. He don't know how to hold it for himself.
He is not. We learned this. We're not a gatekeeper, because when we grow, we want you to grow. Yeah. And that's the whole thing. And that's the thing I've learned from him so much, is that we like to see other people grow too. So we want to see you do this social media thing and kick it out the box, and now you teach somebody else how to do it and let them do it, and you make money from it.
Right.
So I could just hear him in the back of my head when you say it. But we have really, really grown together. We have learned so much together. But I believe too, we have learned boundaries as partnerships. I believe that we've learned boundaries to where okay, we push too hard. That's too, because I remember he was like, you know what, you're gonna, I think it was Teachable. It was on some app, and he was like, okay, you're gonna go in here and you're gonna charge, it was a lot of money. And I was like, no, Candace, I'm not gonna charge that. And he was like, no, you're what you have, because you believed in me so much.
Yeah.
I remember only charging what, $25, $75 for a class. I'm like, look.
Yeah.
That is her on the phone, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not in agreement. Right? I'm not in agreement. And I think we learn boundaries to where, it is what it is. This is your thing, but I want to tell you what you're worth. And it wasn't until I started, I noticed what I'm worth, and I started going up on. I'm still not up like she want me to be.
So but
I'm getting there. I know you're gonna get me. But is that true friendship? A partnership? It's friendship. It's partnership. It's evolving together. But it's also boundaries to where we understand, like, okay, this is what you want, do that. Even with the den, do what you want to do and what works for you, but we're going to make sure it's available. I'm here whenever you're ready to go up on them prices, Tonya.
Right. Yep. And that literally goes both ways, because there's stuff for me. Like, I know at one point I was going to close my web design business. I was just done with it.
I was so broken.
I don't even, and I feel like y'all are the people who brought me back to it. And, y'all really have kept me plugged into this thing. Even when I wanted to quit, you can't quit when you have partners.
Yeah.
Even if you want to, you can't.
It's hard.
It's very hard. There are people who are counting on you. There are people who need you to continue building your skill set and to continue to grow and to continue to commit yourself to what you said you were going to do.
All right.
And we would have never gone down this path if it wasn't aligned, if it wasn't the right path.
That part right there.
So,
that part right. I think here's the thing is that I think some people force partnership instead of allowing it to be authentic.
Yeah. And
going down a path and going through the journey of learning together. And I think that's what happened with us. We learned together, man. We've learned so much. And what I don't know, it's like anything we got when it comes to business, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. And that's how we operate. When it comes to this, because we realize, and I want to say this because I've learned this, is that the reason why I call there's power in partnership and profit, because we went from booked and busy to paid and free.
Yeah.
Baby, them bank accounts started looking pretty good during the months, right?
Yeah.
And what the reason why I say that, for those that are listening, shameless plug, we got what we call the Lions Den small business community. And so different people that we were already come in contact with before the Lions Den, we would always send them Candace way. I believe that even people in New Destiny, that people that were members there, they even came to you for that they were doing. And it started there, it started with that part. But now she have what you call businesses. So I call it the B2B. So you had the business to customers, the people in the church, they were customers or whatever on that end. But then you have what you call B2B, business to business. And so I believe with the Lions Den small business community, where we have multiple businesses that are in this community, and there's multiple businesses that need what?
Websites. Ding, ding, ding.
They also need flyers.
And brands.
They also need, we realize that. And so because of that, a lot of them have became connected to you to where allows us, and I'm going to say this in a humbling way, but yet thanking God, but also to show you that profit can be made in partnership. We make a couple of thousands together.
Oh, more than a couple. way more than a couple.
I was trying to be generous.
Right.
People be talking about making 10K in a month. We can tell you how to make 10K in a month.
Absolutely.
We've done that together. And it went from not making nothing, Candice, to where we're building a legacy together. Girl, I'm not gonna cry.
An empire.
Yeah.
We're building an enterprise. That's what it's Harden Enterprise.
We're building it, and we're building it together to the point of, again, because we're partners, like even people don't understand, like you run our marketing, you know what I'm saying? You run our social media, and you make sure marketing too, shucking. You don't do out a post for it. So you run all of that. And who would have thought we would have gotten here to where this thing really worked?
I know.
All the conversations.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to look back on it.
It worked. It worked. And it was like a wishful thinking in them conversations that we had. Because you would be like, we can make thousands. I'm like, I do not see that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how you see that. But even when I would say this, the shift for us, for my husband and I, Tonya Harden Ministries was great. And don't get me wrong, it's still great. The Lord is blessing, and I thank God for the things that he's building in that. But I feel like that's my purpose, I'm not trying to make a killing off of that. But when it comes to Harden Enterprise, it has been different for us, that I want to build a legacy and leave for my babies to have. And so within that is that one of the things that I've learned with you is that you have allowed us to find our niche.
Yes. And and you all fought against that for so long.
We did.
Yeah. And really you always had your niches. They were just too combined, and now you have them separate. And that's how we end up with 8 websites.
And y'all, okay, let me pause and come back. Because baby, remind you, she just said she's been trying to get us here. I don't know how many years. But she was like, y'all need to find, that one customer, that target audience. And we didn't listen. We did anyway. But it wasn't until then, and you took our business and we gave it to you.
Yeah.
Girl, why I want to cry?
Oh.
You did what you did in the beginning, and it never stopped.
Yeah.
You took it and you made it, every department that we have, its own. And that right there is amazing. For those that don't know, we have 6 different departments within Harden Enterprise. Go to our website, check it out, heservices-llc.com. And you can see the different websites, different departments that are within Harden Enterprise. We are enterprise, and we build, and we're able to allow people to see their gift through, what not wrong thing, but I know what I'm trying to say. Just go ahead and look at it and check it out. But one of the things that you did, you took our business, and I got the folders over there, and created avatars.
Yes.
For each of our customers.
Yes.
And because of that, we have 3 main customers for our main department where we make the most profit. That's our HE disaster restoration department. And it was because of you.
Wow.
It was because of you.
Oh, I'm glad that that's, and that is something that I want to be able to offer to a lot of people, because I don't think that many people do get that, especially our people. When we start our companies, like, we don't understand how important it is to not only like really understand who your audience is, but understand what their pain points are, what makes them tick, and how we can serve them. And when you know how you're serving somebody, that's really the first step, because then you can go out and find these people, where they hang out, whether you reach them online, or whether you reach them through different organizations, or whether you reach them through the government contracts that I know you all keep landing. However your audience is found, if you understand, that's literally the key. You need to know who your audience is. And you all took the brave step of niching down and becoming a disaster restoration company, which I know was very scary. And niching isn't for everybody, but I think it was important in this aspect because it allowed you to be very crystal clear on who you want to serve. And then y'all started attracting opportunities. You know what I mean? Y'all started attracting contracts. Y'all started attracting information, a
Yes.
lot of things. And I feel like it just blew up.
Yeah.
It
And
blew
it
up.
blew up because of the branding strategists that allowed us. We went through a course and a class that kind of gave us the idea, but we knew we needed to brand it. Their first thing to us, our business coaches, was you need a marketing team to
Mm-hmm.
take this to the next level. If this is what y'all are wanting to do, take it to the next level. And you were able to do that for us, to be able to take that to the next level. We know our customers.
Yeah.
We know our customers. We know we are not a remodeling company.
Mm-hmm.
That's not our niche. And we do know that we are called to disaster restoration, fires, anything to that, whatever the case may be. That is for us, and it worked in our favor. But it was because of the paperwork
Mm-hmm.
together and the website that you put together, that now we are training. Bishop is now at the office at the church, training our new administrator with the information that you've already given us.
Yay.
And guess what? We can teach that to the den. Hey, by
Yeah.
the way, we have a development program within our den and she did all that too as well. You can go to the Lions Den. I think it's Lions Den AG, something like that. But go there and look at the website for that. And on that page, oh my God, it's like it's a whole development plan.
Mm-hmm.
And in that development plan, guess what they have to do? They have to come to you to go find somebody. But this is who
Right.
is
Yeah.
our partner. Go to them before you go to the next step, because
Mm-hmm.
you need to look like where you're going.
Right.
On social media, on your websites, you need to look like where you're going. And so you're a part of our development plan.
And so many of the Lions Den members have come to me, and I've been able to help them with their brands as well. Woo, I'm so proud. Literally, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. We have one that has launched a storefront.
Yes.
That's crazy. I can't wait. She's got her grand opening on Saturday. I can't wait. So listen, when I tell you, like, it's and for me to be able to get to be a part of that, like, it's a blessing. It truly is.
We wouldn't have never thought. I wouldn't have never thought that it would come like this and be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Ligon's legend. Am I saying that right?
Lamisha Liggins from
Yes.
Legacy Transfers.
That's it. Legacy Transfer.
Yeah.
She's a part of the den as well, man, and she's doing it big. Super proud of them,
Mm-hmm.
and cannot wait. I think we're going to show up there too, so I can't wait to see that unfold and be a part of it as well. I got a little preview, but we'll be there.
Yeah.
So any last words? Because we've talked about a lot. For those that don't know, again, we are now. This is now 2024. We have made a lot of money together.
Yeah.
We have made a lot of money together and done some things together, and we've watched each other grow. That's partnership.
Mm-hmm.
That is partnership. Partnership is being willing to take the criticism from one another, being willing to, identify who you are on the journey, because there was a time that with Candace, we didn't push her. I don't think we did. We tried not to.
Y'all pushed me. Y'all
did.
did. Y'all were pushing and y'all come back. Pushing and come back. But it was necessary.
Yes. Baby, when you stop, I was like, oh no, this is not gonna work.
Right.
Not too much business for her. No,
you can take a break. We'll be here.
We'll be here. So, but I'm so glad that you chose to come back. I'm so glad that you made this your full time again.
Yeah.
Do this again. And I think this time when you came back, it was even more better.
Oh, it's so different now. I mean, it's so different. Honestly, that development plan really does help, because it allows you to cut out all the noise and realize that you're building a business. You're not working in the business. You're building one.
Right.
And once I got that through my head, things have really changed a lot. So
I'm telling you, we always say you don't work in the business, but you work on the business.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that we teach in the thing. But I would have never thought we would have got here. But we're here. and we're going to continue to be here until the Lord say different.
Mm-hmm.
We have been rocking out together, and we have been making money together, and we have been pushing one another to do greater.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm glad about. Any last words you want to say?
Just thank you. I'm always, forever and ever appreciative. I feel like this relationship is, the other day I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, when like in 20 years, we're still going to be working together. We really are like family, right? Like it's so amazing because we're going to be looking back in 20 years thinking, oh, when we did that podcast for season 2, we thought we was there. We thought we made it. We're going to be looking back like, oh, we was really talking so much mess.
Yeah. I can see it too, baby. I remember it was one thing we did, and I was like, "Oh my God, we did!" It was the website. It was like the first website. Like, we got a website, you know? We doing it, baby. Yeah. Did not realize that website. It wasn't just about that. It was about more.
Yes,
so, yeah, I can see that.
Oh my gosh, I still have visions for y'all. Like, I still see it. I don't say it as much, but I still see it, and I think it'll get there. I've learned to be patient, that things are going to come in time, and to just keep going, man. Like they literally say, you can't fail if you don't stop.
If you don't stop, that part.
Thank you.
See, Candace, you just scared me. I don't know if you saw my face. I'm like, dang.
You can't look at what you've already accomplished.
Dang. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so crazy because I see more in you too. I feel like you'll have a whole team. She got a store. You're gonna have a whole virtual setup.
You told me that before, and I was like, whoa. You said I see you coming in and doing your morning meetings, and I'm like, you know what? You got a point.
Yeah. I can see you doing that, creating a whole virtual assistant platform to where they're working but they're working under your business. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, I love you, and I thank you so much.
Love you too.
For rocking out, doing this first one. And here's the thing, y'all, we don't even see each other that much.
No.
All virtual, over the phone.
Yeah.
But it's genuine and it's authentic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about it. If I would tell anybody out there is that you can't do this by yourself. I don't care who you are. You got to have a partner. There's one thing that Stormy Wellington says, and she says this, that your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get around people that are going to make money with you. And there's no jealousy. There's no envy. There's no, competition. It's just we doing it. You doing your thing, we doing our thing, and we're growing together. And whatever you learn, I got. Whatever you got, we got. We're in this together, and we're going to learn, and we're going to grow together.
Yes.
And I think that's the power of this partnership.
And if you don't have that, join the Lions Den. That's where you're going to find it.
Yeah, right there. You better join it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Join the Lions Den and be a part of that. So, Candace, where can they find you? What are your links? What are your information that you want to share?
Yes, find me at my website. It's 27pixels.com, TWENTYSEVENPIXELS, 27pixels.com, or Instagram TSP Branding.
Yes. And you'll have all that on the link below. Wherever this is posted, you'll be able to grab those links and go follow her. Go be a part. Hey, get her. If you need a website, you need marketing or knowing how to brand your business properly. I like to say this, know how to brand your company. Because we turn businesses into companies.
Right.
So we want you to see how she does that. So rock out with her, man. Follow her and be a part of that. And so other than that, that's all I got, Candace. I thank you for rocking out.
Thank you
for doing this with me. Listen, thank you for rocking out with the Let's Talk About It podcast as we discussed business. Until next time, if you don't remember anything else, remember that you are a product of God's grace and mercy when you see yourself through God's eyes and not people. Stay